Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shasheena. Rolle. As always, it's so great to have you with us. With a lion's share of the workforce employed in the tourism sector, the Minister of Tourism is calling for the Bahamas to step up to the plate globally when it comes to innovation and diversification. Joan Davis-Roll has our top story.
The Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Obi Wolshcombe, while addressing the opening of an eco camp in West End, outlined the latest efforts being made by the government in the country's vital tourism sector.
We were in the island of Eleuthera. We had a place called Gregory Town at a resort called The Cove, a resort that just opened after 7 months of refurbishment, and now going from having several rooms to having 120 rooms, from having no employees to having 100 employees. A place where just last night Aaron Neville was singing, and we had members of the Detroit Lions football team and owners of the basketball team from the New Orleans state. The truth is, our country is beginning to move, and island by island, including this island, you'll see take off.
Minister Wolshcombe declared that now is the time for the Bahamas to move from the back seat to the front seat and be recognized as game changers in the overall tourism mix.
No more do we play second fiddle, that in our 40th anniversary our people have come of age, that we're no longer in a world where we sit behind the bench. The truth is we sit at the table now. We are players in the world community. We are strategically located to become, as was said correctly by Linda, a hub that can become those shipping lanes that many will be looking for, that can become the replacement of what the Panama Canal used to be. And we now have the opportunity to become a major player in shipping, that we can cause trade from east and west and north and south, that we can take advantage of all that God gave us because we didn't plan where we're going to be. And we didn't tell God that we wanted this wonderful environment, but the truth is, it's ours.
The Bahamas, he says, should be billed as an eco-friendly destination. He noted that more must and will be done to diversify and solidify the economy.
Our export of even fish and crawfish, for the most part, is still under $100 million, but we have resources that allow us to cause for hundreds of millions of dollars of export a year, that we not only can cause for the building of our economy, but we can also cause for the feeding of ourselves in a better way.
The Member of Parliament for West End and Bimini foreshadowed a new vision for that prominent fishing village, known as the home of hospitality.
Here in West Grand Bahama, we have a lot of work to do. We have to clean up our community now. We don't have excuses anymore. In fact, I'm the sitting member of Parliament, I'm a minister in the government, and we're not going to find excuses. We have to fix our community to ensure that in this archipelago, when they talk about this island, they're talking about the beauty of it.
Joan Davis-Roll, ZNS Network News.
In other news, the police has come under fire lately by members of the public who have been critical of their treatment of persons in custody and have also called for answers in the shooting death of Job Munnings over in Abaco. Commissioner of Police Allison Greenslade says he believes officers in the North continue to make a significant contribution to the overall fight against crime.
Very, very proud of the leadership given by Assistant Commissioner Seymour, his senior team, and indeed all of the officers here. I want to hasten to say, however, that we have the same challenges in Grand Bahama as we do in Nassau and other parts of the Bahamas. Our organization is not perfect, and we do have some people that let us down. They're not the most professional in the daily discharge of their duties, and they do not give the quality of service to the public that the public deserves. So that is an issue that I'm always paying attention to. We're going to continue to work at it, but today we're not perfect.
Now, while he admits that the organization is not a perfect one, he says his major goal this year is to professionalize the service.
It's a priority that we launched last year, and given what the statement I've just made, I felt it appropriate to maintain that particular priority. And so we're going to continue training, continue the sensitization. We're going to continue to ask you as a public to hold us accountable, to put it on blast, as our children will say. And when we do wrong, tell us, no, Mr. Officer, that's not right. No, Mr. Officer, that's not what we pay you to do. And yes, Mr. Officer, we pay your salary. And yes, we deserve quality service from you.
Well, this update now on the Court of Appeal hearing for two police officers, Dion Morris and Ronaldo Bethel. The two men were expected to appear before the Court of Appeal in the nation's capital today, but the hearing was postponed. The men were given bail in July of last year after they were remanded to prison on illegal firearm and ammunition charges. The two former officers are scheduled to return on Thursday. Tonight, an appeal is going out from a local resident who is calling on the Grand Bahama community to come to the aid of a homeless woman in desperate need of help. Here's Joan Davis Rolle with this story.
This woman sleeping in all this cold for the past week outside of her house. She need help as like soon as possible.
Celeste Gardner's plea for help is not for her, but on behalf of a neighbor, Julie Pinder. 52-year-old Pinder has been evicted from an apartment located in the heart of Freeport, where she lived for the past 8 years. For one solid week, her possessions have lined the side of the road in front and at the rear of an apartment she once called home. Simply put, this mother and grandmother, considered a possible casualty of Grand Bahama's ailing economy, now finds herself in dire straits.
My daughter called me and she said to me that the landlord said to you have to take the things them outside. Till I say, okay, you all take the things. I thought like the landlord was just there and all you had to do is put it outside.
But what happened?
And I come, the son kicked the door down, you know, and I come, my things is all mixed up. One set of things is outside in the yard, and it's like, it's, to tell you the truth, I'm going to be honest with you. If I didn't turn my life around, it would have been a disaster. You hear me? I'm fighting, like I'm fighting for my life. I'm trying. But through God, good grace, that's what keeping me.
Pinder says life has dealt her some severe blows, personally, financially, and mentally. She describes life as a struggle, as day and night finds her exposed to the elements and living and sleeping among yard animals, namely a rooster and a dog.
Live in the yard.
Why?
I can't come in that she changed the lock. You know, so I'm not going to bother with the police. I'm trying by tomorrow and try to come out.
You have nowhere else to go?
No, I don't have any place else to go.
How long have you been living in the backyard?
In the backyard, I've been there from tomorrow can make a week.
And in all the cold weather, the weather's...
Yeah. I tell you, God, good grace, been keeping me there.
Pinder's neighbor, an emotional Miss Gardner, who made a call to ZNS Newsroom for help, says it's heartbreaking wrapping her mind around Pinder's misfortune.
It's real painful right now. I mean, and I can hardly talk right now because it really hurt me to see that this lady was thrown in the street for a week. She had nowhere to bed, nothing hot to eat, and us who are in the community was just trying our best, you know, to help out.
Gardner was asked about assistance from local social agencies.
You go to the social service, you go to the labor board and all these things, everything is waiting sessions, okay? It ain't like it's going to happen. It's like soon as you go there.
Gardner is hoping that a plea on behalf of a neighbor will not fall on deaf ears.
You can't do these things to people. I'm sure there's other ways we can do better things. And then we're trying to say, well, why Freeport is like this? Why we can't make it? Why Freeport can't be no better? It can't be no better when we're not showing love to each other.
Joan Davis Rolle, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. The Bomb is Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.